Welcome to Reenacting Schedule. My name is Frank Jarbo. I also go by Parson John at Living History Events. And Parson John Living History Incorporated is the organization that is sponsoring Reenacting Schedule. That's why you're here, is to find out a little bit more about Reenacting Schedule. And I'd like to give you a little overview, background as to why we built it the way we did, and why we're putting the information out that we are attempting to put out in service to the reenacting living history community, but broader than that, to the general public, to be able to find living history events, to go where history happened. So as we look around our screen here, here's our home page. This is going to look like your home page on the computer, except for the black bar up at the top. That is what, as an administrator, that I'm seeing to be able to control what's happening in the background. The main purpose for the website, of course, is to be able to show, to highlight, to make it so that you can find reenacting events, so that you can also be able to put your own reenacting events on the website. Here, for instance, is the Kalamazoo Living History Show, which is happening in a couple of days. And I use this as an example to show the information and why that I want this information out. We have of course the title of the event, the time, the date of the event. This event was put in as a event series, so that this gives us the ability to have a listing for each individual day that the event is taking place. So here we have March 15th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and that is Eastern Daylight Time, and that does automatically update as to whether we're on standard time or daylight time. It gives a bit of information about the event, and this is what was put in by Leslie, the organizer of this event. And then down at the bottom here we have details and event genre, what's available at the event, and even some more information that's not available on this listing. But here again we've got the details. March the 15th. This is when the event opens and closes. A lot of times for a multiple day event, I've chosen to have the first day open and close times and the second day open and close times right there in front of you, the viewer. It is showing that there's a series, and you can click that to find the other days in the series. The event cost, and there's the difference between a child's admission and an adult's admission. The event categories, and as I show you these things, if event categories are not chosen, or if there is no cost put up, or there's no event genre selected, then that little paragraph, that little listing doesn't show anything at all. It's not like it has a blank spot with well, it is a blank spot with nothing in it, but it doesn't have a heading. It doesn't have anything there. So here you can see we're dealing with Middle Ages, Renaissance, Elizabethan, Golden Age of piracy, and you'll see as we get into putting the events into Reenacting Schedule where that you select these things, and what's available at the event are listed here. Again, if there's nothing checked, then this section doesn't show the years portrayed at the event up to 1890. And then next year's date, which needs to be updated because this is this year's date, and I'll show you how to make a change like that. And then we have the venue listing, And so we created the venue of the Kalamazoo County Expo Center. And when you click on that, you'll find out a little bit more about that. And this is an opportunity to be able to share information about where our events are taking place, but also specifically to be able to tell those that are attending the event, listen, this is how you get to our event. And so it's going to bring up the map. It's going to show us. I remember the first time we went to Kalamazoo Living History Show a number of years ago, 15, 20 years ago. We knew it was in Kalamazoo, but we didn't know anything else. And so right there is the Kalamazoo Living History Show. I generally park my truck right about there. But as you then from your location, you can get the driving directions, etc. So that then becomes a bit of information that is very important for our customers, our visitors, and for our participants to be able to find us. Even if your event is out in the middle of a field somewhere, then we want to be able to show the people exactly where that field is, and to be able to give them turn by turn directions to find that. A lot of the venues that we reenact at are historic sites. Very few of them are private property, and there we wouldn't want to list Mr. Smith's house, but we could list the actual GPS coordinates or the physical address where that is going to take place. And again, the more information that we can get into the hands of our customers, our participants, then the better chance we have of them arriving at the event and being ready to see what's going on. Looking around the website, we've got a place for notable historic sites, and this is a feature that I want to show briefly here. I have a couple of sites, and these are more and more are growing, where we're able to show a featured venue. There's Wilderness Road State Park, and they have a number of events. Also Fort Meigs, and we can go down here and view more, and that's going to bring up their page. And here are all the events that are listed on the Fort Meigs site. And then as we simply go back to the previous page, down this side of the page, you're seeing all the venues that have events. There you see Fort Meigs has 10 events. As we come on down to Wilderness Road, down at the bottom of the list, they have 16 upcoming events. Well, how do we get this into our? How do we put our events in? The first thing you're going to need to do, and many of you have already done this, we have about 300 users on the site now, is to click the new user registration. And if I click that, it's going to tell me that I'm already logged in. And then when I return to the site, I go to the login tab, and that gives me the opportunity to log into your account. And here's the site as I would see it as I come to it. So my options there are my new user registration, and when you register, you're going to be sent an email that you will then find and click the link in that email to complete the registration. But we go to the login, and since I've logged in several times, there we go. And here we are. Instructions, how to add events, new user registration, login. These are a duplicate of some of the menus at the top of the page. But then the thing we want to talk about today is submitting a new event. And so I'm going to click that heading right there. Click on that button, and that's going to bring up the form that we're going to fill out to put your event in. So this is the form that you're going to see when you pull this up. Now, something I want to show you right away. Now, you haven't added any events yet, or perhaps you have. I add events on occasion for people, and if I want to see what are my submitted events, I can view the events that I've already put in. And here are two events that are in the system, ready to go. I can also look at the past events that I have put in. So when I look at my past events, I can find the one that I want to edit, and I can simply click on that event. It's going to open up this tab again, where we have the information already put in. So now, if I'm ready to, I've ended this event this year, I want to go to the event for next year, I simply go in and change my times, change my pictures if I want to, change my text, choose whatever event genre that I want to, any changes that I want to make, and then simply update the event. Well, I'm not going to do that right now, because I just want to simply walk through the thing of putting in a new event. So here I'm going to add new, and this you can do this in several different ways. You can go and prepare, like on a Word document or a notepad or something like that, where you take your time, you type out what you want, get your text ready. I find that to be the easiest thing. Or perhaps you're transferring an event from something you've already put on Facebook or another location, and you simply copy and paste at this point. But as we get to this, we're going to put in the event title, and it is simply typing in the text. Do your capitalization as you need. The event description, and again here you can copy and paste. You can you can then use this to adjust heading, things of that nature. Just pre-formatted paragraph. You can put that in. You can bold, italic. You can make lists. These are rich text features. You can add links. You can justify your text left, center, right. Any of these things, and you just simply put that in. The event date and time. You click, and you're going to open up the calendar, so you can then scroll to where your month is and choose your date. This is the start date. This would be then the end date and time. So the event ends a day later at 5 p.m. Time zone. You can choose your time zone here, and this is a very exhaustive list. So you Louisville, Kentucky, we know to be Eastern time. Monticello, Kentucky is what I see when I go through here is Central time. But you can also choose scroll to what city you know is in the correct time. And like I said earlier, it takes care of daylight savings time for us. If this is a recurring event, then we can schedule multiple events. So we can say that here we're going to here on the same day. Click there, and then you can add the other events. Here is your event image, and You can choose an image to be able to upload from your computer, and again, you can save that from Facebook or wherever that you want to be. When you do this, this is what's going to show in the beginning of the listing, and it's also going to show in one of the lists, one of the searchable lists that I'll show you. Event categories, we've got all of these are available, and when I built Reenacting Schedule, I wanted to make this so that we could make it available to museums, to to libraries, things of that nature, in addition to reenactments. So here we have the option for a museum event, a library historic event, indoor trade fair, all of these, an encampment, which is going to be most of them, a reenactment, or a reenactor only event. This is where we're going to get together and not have public coming in. So we are able to tell the viewer, the one searching the event, what is available. Virtual event, I don't see this being used at all. This is where you would be doing something on Zoom or something of that nature. Event status, you're going to leave it as scheduled. And then here we have a very important part. This is find or create a venue. And so there I'm going to click, and since I've been putting in a lot of events, then I have all the venues that I put in. Your list would be shorter, and then all available venues. So we would pick Fort de Chartres, for instance. If your venue is not listed, then I'm going to close out of that, and I'm going to create a venue, my venue. Create my venue, and simply put in the address, city, country, United States. It is set up so we can do events in other countries, state or province, zip code, phone, website. If you leave the phone empty, if you don't want phone calls coming in, you simply want them to go to the website, or maybe there's no contact for the venue itself. And then you could leave both of those empty. This is where my event is taking place. This is the address. The organizer, this would be yourself, and give people the opportunity to be able to contact you directly. Let's edit that organizer so you can see what's available there. So here is, and I chose this, the 7th Indiana Light Artillery. This is their mailing address, website, email, and phone number is empty. So that's not going to show. But again, the more information we can give the folks that are wanting to come to our events, then the better chance they're going to arrive, and they're going to be ready to partake or to witness what we're offering to them. Additional fields. These are the first day open and close, second day open and close, third day. Number of daily attendance. I put this in because I want this to be available so that if we have a small, just very, very tightly organized event, I want the vendors to be able to know that whether there's going to be 10,000 people there or 100 people there, and that gives a potential vendor the idea that I can find out this is a worthwhile venture. The event genre, I had a lot of help from a couple of friends on this. Nathan and some others gave me this list, and it's fairly exhaustive, and it's not exclusive. If for instance, I ran into a group of lumberjack reenactors a couple of years ago, and I said, if you want a list on Reenacting Schedule, I will add your event genre to the list. So 7-Year War, American Revolutionary War, American Civil War. And of course, a lot of them center around a conflict in history, and that's a lot of times what we reenact, except for like early 20th century sporting woodcraft, the Edwardian era, and so forth. So you see, we have this available for you to let people know what's happening. Available at the event: military, native, civilians, food vendors, demos, etc. So that they know, well, I don't have to pack a lunch. I can wait and eat the food that's going to be there. I'm not going to be bored. I'm going to see demos. Oh, I want to buy things. Well, there's merchants that are going to be there. You've got entertainers, street mongers, people that are wandering the streets and calling out. One wonderful woman at the fair at New Boston used to go around and sing about nuts that she had. She had a wagon, a little cart, and she had roasted nuts of various kinds. It was really cool. Then it's a kind of a general years portrayed at the event. This is where at Kalamazoo was put in 1890, up to 1890. And you don't have to just put a number there. You could put up to, you could put between 1740 and 1790 or whatever. If you want to have an education day, you could list that education day as, if you got a Saturday, Sunday event, the education day would then probably be the Friday. You can put that date and time in. But here's something that I would suggest to you is put your event in, put your Saturday and Sunday event in, and list all the things that are going on. And then go back and put in your education day, because you want to be able to have specific information for the schools that are going to be there. You want to tell them, okay, here's where we want you to park the buses. Here's, this is the specifics. This is the different costs, the different hours, and all of that for an education day. And that way there's not a lot of confusion. And if you set it up as a separate event, so you may have two listings for your given event. You're going to have the Friday, Saturday, and then you're going to have, the Saturday, Sunday, and then you're going to have the Friday. But in the text, in the heading, it is specifically Education Day, so there's no confusion that the general public is going to think, unless you allow them to come, is going to think, well, I can show up on that particular Friday, and hopefully folks will read that and take advantage of it. Event cost. If you leave this blank, that field doesn't show up at all. But you remember when we looked at the Kalamazoo listing, it had that cost right up there beside the heading of the event. So then once you're finished, you simply submit event. And what happens next? Well, the thing that happens next after you submit the event is I get an email. And my wife gets an email. We have it coming to two separate email addresses, so hopefully we don't miss any of them. There's been a couple of times that I've been 2 days when we've been on the road and not had web access to be able to go in and publish the events. But the reason that I do this is so that I can have some sense of security that someone with ill intent is not going to flood the website with things that we don't want to have put up. You can understand what I'm saying there. So I get that email. I scan through the event, and if there's simple things that I can say, oh, that doesn't sound exactly right, I'll either contact you and then publish it, or if it's nothing major, I may go ahead and publish it, and then send you an email and say, do you want me to change this for you, type of thing. And so there we have it. You have just gone through all the steps to list your event. And I know that this is a rather daunting looking form to fill out with lots of fields and things. But the quickest way to be able to to get your event on the website is to go ahead and fill out this form. And then once that's done, then the listing is going to fall into the order of the upcoming. On this page, on the home page, I have, along with some other information, I have the next 25 listings. If I want to be able to see all the events, if I want to be able to search the events, this is where it becomes very important to put in the address and things of that nature. So here I could say venue, or for instance, I could be going to Indiana, and well, I don't really know a great deal about Indiana, but I know that we're going to be vacationing there, etc. So here are the events that are in Indiana, upcoming events. I can then scroll through any of these pages. I can also look by city, and this, of course, are the events that are listed in the city. Here's one in my city, and I've got to see the little X right there. I'm going to click that. That's going to clear that field. And here we have in Bowling Green, Kentucky, Operation Anvil. This was just put in about 2 days ago, and it's a one-day event. There is the poster about it. That is the featured image, and this just happened to be the PDF that they decided to upload. And then here we have our related information, years portrayed at the event, 1944, available at the event, the event genre, and then education. Now they have an education day also, so they're going to have one on Friday, and then the event on Saturday. And then here is the map, and you get your turn-by-turn directions right there onto Scottsville Road, heading down towards Scottsville, Kentucky. This is Bowling Green right there. So there you can see, this is again a kind of an overview of how to get an event put in. And if you have questions, or as I used to say to my students, questions, comments, or snide remarks, I hold the snide remarks off. But I'm willing to answer the questions and also to be able to help you adding the events. So one thing that I want to show you here is a little feature that's available to you on the event listing. Here's an event May the 3rd at Fort Loudon, Pennsylvania, across the centuries. And again, we got the same information. We have multiple pictures here, and let me comment on how to get multiple pictures. Send me the multiple pictures. Send me the pictures that you want. I have to go in and edit this from the back end, but I'm very willing to do that. But here is, of course, all the information that we've already discussed, and then we have a comment field. And in this comment field, you can perhaps when you put the event in, you might add a comment there. Contact me, ask questions here, type thing, so that you can have a conversation ongoing about your event. And then perhaps after the event is over, you can still find events that have passed. You've gone past the date, and go back in and be able to leave a message or a comment about the event. The events could then use those in some future promotion. So that's kind of the overview of reenacting schedule. And if you have questions, if you need help, then please go ahead and ask. Send me a comment. As I go on down the home page here, you're going to see we have blogs, and I invite people to be able to submit things to the blogs as we get more and more information out. And I also have some instructions over what we've just gone over. So thank you for your attention as we get ready to go into the 250th birthday of our country. Events that people need to be made aware of. This is why we're here.